The countdown has begun. Let's switch the screens back. Oh yes, it's going to be a ZVT on Fighting Spirit. In the top right, as the purple Terran coming from Poland, it's going to be Radley. And in the top left, as the German Zerg, it's going to be Bakuryu. Bring out your national pride here. I know we have some Polish people and some Germans watching. You guys can do it. Is it true that Baku actually shaved his mustache? I know you're in this chat, Baku. Do you still have your mustache, yes or no? Do you? Baku, I know you're in this chat. Did you actually shave it? So of course we will have a ZVT, or some people say TVZ. Why? Wait, did you? Yes, you did shave it. Yes or no? Cause that's like all your power. You're like the modern Samsus. Ah, how could you, Baku? Shaved mustache confirmed. The mustache Zerg with no mustache. How could you let this happen? But that's okay. This will be a pretty epic game here. Baku going to get his expansion up. 12 hatch as usual. Drone Scout coming out here. Meanwhile, Riley going to send his first SUV out while constructing his barracks. Oh man. Oh man. Baku does make a good point. He's making a proof of demonstration that one does not need facial hair to win in Brood War. Spawning pool now coming up here for Bakuryu. Radley finally does scout him with the SCV. He's going to see that nothing out of the ordinary. Meanwhile, Bakuryu taking a long time with his drone. Scouted the wrong place twice. Command center coming down here for Radley. So we will see the one barracks expand as well. Bakuryu's third hatchery down as well. Interesting that he keeps his hatchery very close to his main. Normally, most Zergs will like try to spread out their hatchery, like one right here. Some people might like to do it here, but he's a different type of Zerg. He likes his third hatchery close to his main hatchery. Yes, I do. I have read the Twitter wars about Brood War design and StarCraft design. It's all hogwash. If you like your game, just like your game. That's all there is to it. A couple Zerglings. Oh, Baku moving across the map here. That's actually 7 Zerglings. He put in a lot of... That could have been 3 drones that he could have saved. Let's see what he can do here. There is a soft wall here by Radley. Look at this though. Baku guys are going to go in. He's going to get... No! Ooh, only 1 Marine though. SCVs are being pulled by Radley to help defend this. And he will hold. Good micro there by Radley. Only losing 1 Marine for 7 Zerglings. A little bit of a mistake there by Baku to go for it. It almost worked. If you could only get the surround off. Meanwhile, gas is already up for Radley. We should see the refinery. Sorry, the engineering base up as well. And the academy. So we will see the +1, 4, 5 rack coming out from Radley. Very strong timing for the mid game. Meanwhile, Baku getting his own layer up. Second gas coming down for Baku. That's a good normal timing as well. So it's all is good. Very early creep colony by Bakuryu. Actually getting 2 creep colonies as well. He just wants to make sure he's very safe here. Look at this though. 5 Marines up. Radley moving across the map. Radley looks like he's been studying some replays of Mind, knowing that putting some fake pressure at the Terran does help him quite a bit. But of course, he's going to have to run himself into 3 Sunkens. That's a no. Radley sees it's going to back off immediately after losing 2 Marines. But at the very least, Radley knows that Bakuryu has 3 Sunkens made, so he can definitely plan himself around it. Add in 2 more barracks for himself. We will see that 4 racks plus 1 come into play. Ooh, pretty good micro here by Radley to keep these Marines alive. Oh, look at this 1 Marine with 10 HP. No 3rd yet for Bakuryu though. That's okay. The meters are not even halfway. The Spartan's not even halfway done, so there's no point to get the 3rd just yet. The drone hasn't been sent out. You know, with 0 in recent times have been showing that you don't really need a super early 3rd as Zerg to be successful. You can definitely delay your 3rd until Hive, as long as your management's pretty good. However, though, Bradley's going to go for his first attack here. Got the Firebat and the 2 medics. 2 medics, 2 Firebat could definitely might work against this natural. Or he just might be looking to try to snipe his drone, working his way across the map to take that 3rd. Come on, guys, don't troll. You guys are old people. Trolls. Ah, look at this though. Radley's poshing himself. He's going to stem up. Will he push himself into this natural? He's going to go for it! Alright, here comes the target fire by Radley, trying to push his way into the natural. The 3 seconds though. No enemies will just spawn in time. Firebats working their way into the mineral line. Going to get a couple probes. Sorry, drones here. Second sunken will fall, but man, this Marine count has been severely dwindled. And Bakuryu will hold. Nice hold there by Bakuryu, losing only 2 sunkens and maybe like 3 drones at most. I'm not really sure. But look at this though, all these meters are going to start to work their way to Radley's bases. Where's Radley getting the emergency turrets right now? Has 3 at his natural. Alright, fair enough. 1 at his by his barracks. Here comes the meters micro up. Bakuryu. First turret does go down. Nice, ooh, nice shot there by Bakuryu. Going to get all 3 Marines there. That glaive. Another turret does go down. Radley's actually in quite a big trouble here. He's letting Bakuryu control this ramp, and now Bakuryu just gave away that ramp. Oh, Bakuryu trying to dive to get more Marines. He's going to lose a meter for that. And it's going to force Radley to float his factory since it is out of range of the turret protection here. Bakuryu done a nice job so far. This is really giving Bakuryu the time to get that 3rd up for himself. And more importantly, get these Hydras over. As it looks like Bakuryu has actually got his Hydra done up with the Lurker's Beam. It's like tech being researched. Here comes Bakuryu's Mutalics though. They're going to work their way once more into... No? Guess not. Bakuryu's going to back up a little bit. Got a couple more Zergans produced to help supplement this Mutalist force. Queen's Nest already out for Bakuryu as well. You definitely get the Hive whenever he can afford the gas. More shots are being taken at this supply depot. Meanwhile, Radley splitting up his Marines and medics to try to pinch this Mutalist force. But this is the thing though. Lurkers are out now for Bakuryu. He's going to let his 3rd be protected as a result. Radley hasn't been able to pressure it as well. And I'm not sure if that attack by Radley to try to push those Sunkens was a good idea. Since really though, going for the +1, 4-5 rack gives you the right amount of power to pressure 3rds and the Lurkers. Just around the time the Lurkers pop is when this build is quite effective. But this will be, looks like going to be attack number 2 of Radley. Bakuryu trying to go for a little bit around here. And are these... Oh, hold lurkers! Oh, Bakuryu, the cheeky little German here. And look at this, going to give him the opportunity to push into it. Going to effectively cut this army in half, but he lost a lot of mutalisks for that, though. But this does give him time to get his own lurker on his own bridge. These lurkers are going to unseat. They're going to start pushing forward into this ragtag group of Marines and medics. Not enough Marines to really kill these. And here comes the Zerkins of Bakuryu. And Bakuryu will finally clean up the first force of Radley. Lurkers once again pushing forward once more. Nice lurkers flying hit. And it will get cleaned up. But Radley does have a vessel out for himself. He does have the vessels. He has tanks being produced. So it's not too bad, you know, economy-wise for Radley. Radiate is now being produced for Radley as well. Meanwhile, Bakuryu, his hive is done. Nidus Canal is coming up for him. Second evolution chamber coming down. Two of them actually. The final one being produced as well. So both players well on target with their timings for the late game. Consume just started now for Bakuryu. And looks like this will be another strong push here by Radley. A much bigger group of Marines and medics. He does have that one vessel to give vision against these lurkers. But more importantly, a possible demation to radiate and these two tanks. Bakuryu is going to be forced to back off a little bit. He just needs to delay as long as he can to give himself time for the fighters to come out. Get the consume, to give himself energy, to get that Dark Swarm out. Radley trying to push it a little bit aggressively here. You need to let his tanks do the work. Radley continuing to push across the map here. Bakuryu forced to back off. Might be going for a flank here. He's just going to give Radley control of this bridge for now. Tanks now sieging up on the bridge here. 3 lurkers in range and multiple that Nidus Canal. But there's not the fire though. What's the timing on the mount? The consume just finished, so the fire Bakuryu will have Dark Swarm. Ooh, gonna lose that Nidus Canal, but he does have the Dark Swarm out, so I think Radley should just back up a little bit. Let the tank do their splash damage. Oh, look at it though. Here comes the backstab by Bakuryu. These tanks are completely out of position, actually. They get unprotected. And Bakuryu, nicely done, will actually clean this up. 5 Marines, a medic, and a vessel will live, but Bakuryu's completely okay with this. He just cleaned up that first push without much of a troubles. And look at this slow vultures of Radley moving across the map here. Starting to lay mines. And Radley's actually adding a lot of factories, so we're going to see that mech switch come out from Radley pretty soon. I'm wondering where his armory is. He has both armories, they're not spinning just yet. Meanwhile, Bakuryu's going to start to put some pressure himself here. Lurkers laying outside the natural here. There are 2 vessels though, so they can definitely irradiate the lurkers down. Let the tanks do the damage. There's no way the Marines and medics can definitely take out that lurker field. 2 lurkers will fall to the irradiate. Here comes the Devourer for Bakuryu though. So once the Devourers meet up with the lurkers, it's going to give him ample opportunity to actually push into this group of Marines and medics. Oh, this fire needs to be a little bit careful. Make sure it doesn't get irradiated. There's no energy, so this tricky player. Scourge is trying to come in here for Bakuryu. He's going to lose 1 Scourge. Radley's already preemptively splitting his units up just in case. And, ooh, nicely done there by Radley. Going to irradiate the Defiler. Defiler actually does get 2 Dark Swarms off, so it's not too bad. It's going to give the Zergin this opportunity to push in now. Ah, mine day back! Killing a lot of, almost, if not all these Zerglings. Only the Lurkers will survive for now. The Lurker Spines, they do quite a bit of damage though. And behind all of this action, Radek actually got his own 3rd up. Bakuryu's taking his 4th right now. does have the natural protected by three lurkers. He can definitely get a Defiler over. Meanwhile, Radek's just going to push himself into the natural here. He has no siege tank, so this could be a bit problematic if Bakuryu does have the Defiler and the lurkers to protect it. Ooh, the Science Vessels are diving in to get a nice irradiate onto the Defiler. Look at this though. More lurkers are being produced for Bakuryu. And Radek's just going to change the target. He's going to try to see if he can get anything done here in the bottom side of the map. Let's see what he can pull off. Bakuryu preemptively dark swarming his bridge, knowing that this attack could happen. And Radley's just going to push in. Radley, no! Bad decision! Bad decision, Radley! Fall back! Fall back! Fall back! Okay, there you go. Oh, you want to scream some random Polish words? I only know a couple. I do have some Slovak heritage myself. Look at this though, Radek actually went for a nice drop into the main base, but nothing's going to get accomplished here. Bakuryu already preemptively scouted this out. Two Marines are left alive though. They're going to be a little bit of a nuisance killing these drones on the gas. The Bakuryu noticed that the drones are killed off. But here comes the Zergans though, going to push himself back in. Meanwhile, Bakuryu once again going to have to defend his bridge. Nice clutch start for him here, killing off a lot of these Marines. The Defiler will go down, but he's going to be able to protect his bases once again. Meanwhile, the mech switch is slowly but surely starting to happen for Radley. Already 1-1 upgrades for his units. They're going to start to get pretty strong here. Now, we're going to start to see the split map happen. We will see the split map happen. But look at this, though. Groupings of mutant Zergans trying to make their way across the map into the third, but all the Vultures and the Marines and Medics should be enough to clean it off. No other support for the Zergans, so they will just melt. Any three lurkers will be forced to back off. Another base being taken here by Bakuryu, actually. So he will be protected with these 5 lurkers. Fair enough. Meanwhile, Radiate's going up here. Bakuryu actually double expanded. He's really taking advantage of the fact that he knows his opponent is going for the split map. So it looks like both players just agreed, you know, subconsciously. They're just going to double expand. We see Radley double expanding as well. Going to slowly but surely get his mech going for himself here. 5 factories producing units. Needs to definitely add a couple more. He has the weapons upgraded launch spending, but not the armor. Interestingly enough. This game's starting to slow down here, but we do have a dropship moving across the map. 4 Vultures inside. Let's see what they can do. One will get dropped off. We need to work his way into the 9 o'clock. And here comes the rest of the Vultures, though. The one dropship does take a Scourge hit. But Bakuryu already well prepared for this. Already getting a couple Zergans in. And the dropship will fall to the second Surge there as well. So Radley hasn't been able to make the drop work. Quite a bit of a loss there for himself. He does have this small group of units here. And he has a floating barrack, so he knows exactly what Bakuryu's up to. What is Bakuryu looking to go for himself? 2-2 for his Zerglings. That's pretty good. Got the fighters out. He has the Ultras Cavern getting Ultra Speed. And we do see the Carapace upgrade for the Ultras as well. And a lot of macro hatcheries as well. Meanwhile, Zergans trying to make their way into the bottom right of the side of the map. Radek's just going to say no to that. And she's going to start pounding onto this command center here. Actually, quite a bit of DPS with the Kraken upgrade, but Radley will finally clean up. Look at this though. Bakuryu forced a self thingy to himself dark form himself, and it's actually Bakuryu Baku's gonna have to realize he's actually faced a very strong Terran mech army here. 2-2 upgrades for his units. Radek doing a nice job here. Having the tank sieging up the ramp here. The vessels providing vision for it. And nice Dark Swarm there by Bakuryu. And oh, second nice Dark Swarm. I was going to start pushing these lurkers in. But that's quite a lot of tanks and Goliaths. They're very beefy units, and the splash damage will be enough to clean up the lurkers on the ramp. Finally, the last lurker does go down, but look at this huge stream of Zerg coming in for Bakuryu. Oh, the Dark Swarm a little bit too late, but it's doing a little bit more damage. However, the Goliaths will clean up under the Dark Swarm. And it's going to allow Radek to finally march his way up into the 12 o'clock. But here comes the Ultras, though. All the Ultras and the Lurkers and all these are going to be enough to defend this. And it looks like Radek just backed off a little bit. He has a lot of his units moving down to the bottom side of the map. Maybe he wants to go for an attack here. That's definitely a possibility. Bakuryu needs to be very careful with his units here. He will actually clean up all these units outside his 12, but this can be a bit problematic. Meanwhile, we are just seeing the split map situation happen. Holy moly, that's a lot of Ultras. Look at this, fully upgraded Ultras here for Bakuryu. They look like they're going to be quite beefy. Very, very beefy. We got the full cows, as we call them. 2 Zergans snuck their way into the 3 o'clock base here. Huh, Radek still had Marines left. Nice. But look at this, though. Bakuryu has all these Ultras here at the bottom. He could definitely go for something. Meanwhile, Radek moving across with some of his units here. Will we see the big engagement? Will Bakuryu throw a clutch swarm down? No, he's going to let one of his Ultras get irradiated. 2 Ultras getting irradiated now. Here comes the big engagement of the game. The first big one of many. Ultras swarming in right now. No Dark Swarm, but I don't think it's really needed though. These Ultras are just so tanky. They can just shred through a lot of things. 5-3 Ultras really working their magic here. And Radek will just lose a lot of his units. But he still has a lot more behind. And of course this Ultra will get cleaned up. But here comes a lot more. That's a lot of Ultras. Oh man. Oh, look at this. These Ultras starting to form their way here. What does Radek have to defend against it? This is the big counterattack that Bakuryu has been winning for all game. Ultras are chasing out whatever they can, but these mines are doing a lot of damage to soften these Ultras up. Where's that one Ultra that's been damaged? No, it's just mine sweeping. Radek once again going to want to try to go for another counterattack to the 12. I'm hearing Ultras doing some damage, but I can't find them. Oh, look like it was here. Siege tanks are firing here, but here comes the Ultras of Bakuryu. He's going to clean up the rest of this. Holy moly, that's pretty good cloning there by Radek. Being able to irradiate all those Ultras quite quickly. They're just going to melt down. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Meanwhile, random Scourges are flying across the map. And more Ultras just dying, but Bakuryu will... How did Radek let those Scourge get damage off? That's pretty sloppy if you ask me. Random Ultras being sent to die for the glory of the Zerg. Look at this though. Bakuryu starting to surely lose a lot of his Ultras, but I'm wondering where his rest of his units are. He has 5 bases mining as his main mined out. But I do like this though from Radek. He's going to get the starport out. He could definitely go for like raids if he wanted to. And even add additional factories here since he's working off of a lot of gas. Looks like a random Goliath charging his way up the ramp of the 12 and deciding that life wasn't worth it. He just quit. There's a random Defiler being caught off guard by the Goliath. And no, Defiler, you can live! Live! You must live to swarm another day. And it will live as the rest of the Zergling finally take out that Goliath. You know, this is actually starting to be a pretty good game. This is actually quite a good game. And, huh. Would you look at that? Bakuryu somehow managed to force Radek to lift the third up. And man, these colors are pretty hard to tell. Let me see if I can do something about it. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Alright, if we're going to have... No, that doesn't really work out. We'll just keep it like this. Actually not being produced here by Bakuryu. Going to take the 6 o'clock for himself. Lovely. All these random drones being forced to move off the middle line here. You know, Bakuryu just ships, you know, transporting units back and forth between the top side of the map and the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, Radley's just playing quite passively here. You know, I'm not sure what the goals of either player is right now. What is it they want to do? I'm thinking what Radley's trying to do is just really build up his tank count until you get like the unstoppable tanks, or the unstoppable bio army. Meanwhile, though, this could get a little bit hairy for Radley, though. If you get those 3 ultras and the Defiler. Look at this, though. Radley's going to try to dive in and get this Defiler. Nice snipe there by the Vulture. This is going to back off immediately, but holy moly. Ho, ho, ho. Look at this. Look at all these ultras. Oh, my goodness. How is Radley going to defend himself against that? All these ultras with all these Zergan backlink support is going to be crazy. Let's not forget that if Baku could get like a Defiler or 2 with this army, you can just tear up this natural and even tear up this main base. Oh, I like this though, coming in from Baku. Baku's going to load up these ultras into the Overlord. He's going to go for a drop. Ooh. Here comes attack number 1 of Bakuryu. He's going to go for the drop into the main base. Meanwhile, he's going to send all these units into the natural. Going for a 2-prong attack here. I like the decision making of Bakuryu. Where are the units of Radley? Take a nice radiance here by the ultras are playing Minesweeper. Meanwhile, here comes the main drop into the main base. Look at it though, the Goliaths are already in position of Radley, and the ultras are going to drop in. Where's the Dark Swarm? Nice Dark Swarm. Oh, beautiful Dark Swarm on top of all these tanks. But unfortunately, all the rest of these ultras did melt down. There's no other unit coming in right now. But he still has 4 ultras alive inside his base of Radley. It's a very precarious situation here for Radley. Baku just doing a lot of damage with these 4 ultras. And here comes the reinforcement though. This is the big problem for Radley. He might be able to defend against the initial attack, but these Zerglings, man, fully upgraded Zerglings with crack, do a lot of damage, but finally the tanks are now coming in here for Radley. They will definitely, surely clean up this attack here of Bakuryu. Bakuryu! No! Drop the ultras! You had 2 ultras left! Look at this! 17 HP Overlord, 2 ultras. Drop them! Drop them! Bakuryu, how could you? These ultras wanted to fight. They wanted to live their life. But unfortunately, while we... these 2 ultras are still alive. Look at this though. Radley going for a very strong attack here onto the 6 o'clock. Nothing, no Nice Canal, no units here for Bakuryu. This siege up could actually just take this hatchery down. This is so intense, tasteless. Yes, this hatchery will fall. Bakuryu will lose his base. Did a good job of pulling the drones off to save them. Every drone does matter in this game. But look at this though. Here's another main base of, rather, the main army of Bakuryu. That's actually quite a lot more ultras. Don't load them up once again. And dude, you still have these 2 ultras. Do something about it. Oh my goodness, Bakuryu. Bakuryu. I like how Radley doesn't realize that this Overlord has 2 ultras in it. He's just been ignoring it. But look at this though. Bakuryu once again gonna go for another attack here into the bottom side of the map. Oh, there's definitely considerably less units here for Radley. Radley's gonna have a hard time to defend against this. He has all these units on the top side of the map. Gotta transport some of them over, but the tanks will clean it up. And dude, that Overlord is just doing lots of work, doing nothing. Oh man. Baku's being quite sloppy here with his army management here, only sending half of his army to attack at a time. It's giving Radley more time to send these reinforcements over to defend. The rest of the ultras will start to come in right now. Meanwhile, while this attack is happening and Baku clean up his base here, he still hasn't used his Overlord. This is the sneakiest Overlord in the history of the game. The sneakiest Overlord in the history of the game. But look at this cloning though. Nice cloning here by Radley, irradiating all of the ultras, and finally the cavalry of Radley will come in here and sweep things up. Of course, Baku, you did clean up. But man, where's Baku? You let this random Overlord. It's a secret mission. These two Overlords will win Baku the game here. You can tell this Overlord with the two ultras inside. Ah, there you go. Baku finally noticed it. Here comes the Trojan horse, ladies and gentlemen. No, he just moved on top of the SCV. Drop it, Baku, drop it. Baku playing the long con here, really tricking Radley into thinking that Overlord is just there for scouting. It went its way from 16 HP to now to 86. Slowly regaining his health back. Meanwhile, Baku amassed once again another sizable Ultra Link army here with nice. Ooh, we got 3 Defiers in there. Some very nice Defier support as well. Radley just playing quite passively here. Hey man, can we just talk about this ruse that Baku has been having? Look at this ruse. This is like the greatest Overlord ever. Oh man, Radley, if only you knew. There are two ultras inside. If only you knew. Ah, finally they drop! the ultra deep secret mission here of the two ultras just wrecking havoc onto this mineral line. Radley doesn't even realize that's what's happening. Meanwhile, attack here at the 3 o'clock of Baku trying to distract. Remember, this big attack here of Baku is only the distraction. This is the real mission here. This is the real mission of Baku. He's getting this hero ultras to attack the rest of these SCVs here. See all these Zerglings and his ultras running to the main base? That's nothing. This is just nothing. But of course, it is actually a big problem here. Radley could actually lose a couple factories. If you take a note, the Cracklings are just going at it. Hey, back onto these factories. One might be forced to lift up. No, he's going to try to get his tank out before lifting it up. Meanwhile, Baku's sending more ultras and Zerglings across the map here. Going to start sweeping out these mines here. Oh, nice mine drags here by Baku. And now Radley is completely on the back foot here. What can he do against this? Oh, nice mine there. Good mine day back. Going to start killing off finally all the Zerglings and softening up these ultras. So this attack will get repelled, but I think Baku was okay with that. He has a lot of money in his bank. He rebuilt his 6. He has 6k minerals. The problem is he really needs gas. I think. And Radley is, mineral starved. It's the complete opposite scenario for Radley. He needs to reestablish his 3 o'clock base, get that mining once again. You only mine off of 2 SCVs in. The Overlord still lived! Finally, the Overlord will be forced to be dealt with. You have served a successful mission, Mr. Ultra. And you too, Mr. Overlord. It was one of the greatest ruses in the history of Brood War. And look at this though, Baku actually started to add Hydras now. He realizing that he's actually starting to become gas starved, so adding Hydras is a great way for him to build up his army, yet still be quite efficient with his gas. Radley trying to rebuild some SCVs here at his mineral 3 o'clock base. And look at this, Baku actually taking the middle of the base. Huh. If he can actually secure it, he's going to have 2 gas guys to work with. That can be quite problematic for Radley. But here's the thing though, Radley does take down 6 o'clock once again. So he can be able to build a command center if he wants to. But look at this though. Baku knowing that Radley went for the attack. They're going to go for the counterattack into the natural here. Ultra is doing the best here. He's going to start melting, but it's going to provide cover for the Zerglings and the Hydras to get himself into this. 2-3 Hydras right now with 3-3 Zerglings. It's quite effective damage. This actually Radley's going to have to pull some units back to defend. That one Ultra is still alive. It's still kicking. Where's Radley's units? see this Radley, you know, quite low on economy. Having quite a bit of trouble here. There's one tank on the high ground. He might be able to defend for a little bit, but Bakuryu is just doing his best. He can. He's doing a lot of damage. Like, every time Bakuryu sounds like a big army to attack, he's always been doing it when he's losing his 6. Radley trying to surmount whatever he can. He really does not have any minerals. He really is mineral starved. He has quite a bit of tanks and a couple of vessels here. Look at this. Here finally comes the reinforcement of Radley, but he already lost one factory. He's going to lose another factory. That's a big problem for him if he can't kill off these small group of Hydras and this random Ultra that's still alive, surprisingly enough. And Bakuryu has quite the big gas bank. Meanwhile, Hydra's doing the work as Minesweeper. Going to start sweeping the mines out on this side of the map here. Should be clearing out the rest of these mines, and finally the attack into Radley's main base will get repelled. But Radley did lose 2 factories, and surprisingly enough, I think that somewhat helps him. It's going to allow him to continue to be able to continue to produce from these factories. But if he had those 2 more factories, that definitely would have been a nice factor for himself. But of course, Bakuryu does establish this middle of the base. Radley's base in the middle of the map. Going to get one gas guy down, get the second one. Definitely going to help him out in the long run if he can secure it. And does Radley have the stamina to keep playing? We're already 36 minutes into this crazy TVZ game. What is this? Radley just built an engineering bay and just decides to cancel the construction of it, but still leave it unconstructed. So I think he's just using it to block Bakuryu's drones of being able to hatch into a hatchery there. But Bakuryu doesn't really care about that though, because he has this middle base. He has the gas guys, he has no drones on it. Come on, Bakuryu, get some drones onto it. Get some drones. But that's okay. Meanwhile, Bakuryu is going to use the Overlord and his Hydra to do some more Minesweeper. Sweeping out all these mines. Meanwhile, more Hydra being produced. It looks like Bakuryu just fully transitioned back into the Hydra army. Look at this though. 3 Valkyries roaming around the map. Snipe whatever Overlord they can, but you know, I don't think Bakuryu really cares that much. He's already has 200 supply in terms of Overlords. Oh, look at this though. This could be a little bit of a problem for Bakuryu though. We're losing too many Overlords to these 3 Valkyries. But he can definitely clean it up with Scourges though. He just start doing so. Or you can just kill it off with these Hydras at this natural. Totally acceptable. But what can Radley do here? He has a lot of Goliaths and a lot of tanks inside his main base. He has the 3 o'clock base mining for quite some time. His natural and his main on the bottom side of the map has mine as well. I think what he really needs to do is take this 6 o'clock, protect it, and then figure out a way to stop Bakuryu from having this middle base here. Because this is really the big problem right now. If Bakuryu lets it be up uncontested, then Bakuryu will simply have the economy to out macro Radley for like the next 20 minutes. You know, that's quite a big of a problem. Looks like 2 more Ultras got added to the Hydra army. A couple Zergans here as well. We are almost 40 minutes into this game here, believe it or not. And where does Bakuryu want to go with his army? Radley slowly trying to push himself his way out of his own main base here. It'll be pretty difficult for him to do. Well, this is actually a pretty scary army of Bakuryu. You know, having the one Defile there is going to be able to throw a plague onto tanks. If we can land a plague, it could be quite devastating. Or given his Hydra's protection under the Dark Form, it could also be quite devastating as well. Tanks slowly seizing across the map. Ah, look at this! Queens! Ah, Queens! So this is what Bakuryu was delaying for. All these Queens. How do we not find it sooner? Does he have any more queens being produced? No, just those 3 queens. So this is the game plan of Baku. Make a lot of queens. Take the tanks down. Use the broodlings. Of course, Baku just moved his army back to his middle base. And he did retake the 6 here, but a couple of vessels looked like they went for the eraser. Okay, the vessel just irradiated a single drone. That's an excellent use of energy. Excellent use of energy. I really don't have much else to say right now. These are basically both players just going back and forth with their armies. You know, Baku's almost maxed out. You're gonna want to start looking for a good opportunity to attack here. Meanwhile, Radley's actually slowly but surely started to max out as well. It could be pretty dangerous here. Look at this though. Baku's gonna start going for the engagement here. Only a couple things in the back line. Good. Nice D-Matrix on top of the Goliath, but look at this though. The Queens are gonna come in once again. Can he get some bruises off? Nice. One get burn bruising, just get off. Ah, look at this though. The rest of Baku's army starting to trust themselves across the map. Across the bridge. Nice dark storm onto the Hydras themselves. The Queen doesn't get another one off. And surprisingly, Radley's actually holding this. This is pretty surprising. Radley's actually being able to hold this off. We did see a play go off, but it only hits 2 vessels, so not that much. So Radley does hold, but at what cost? He has no economy. That's the big problem, though. He's only working on maybe 1.5 mining bases. You know, he's going to start to mine out pretty soon. Meanwhile, Baku just has a huge bank to work with. He has 9k minerals, 4k gas. He has the 6 once again. It looks like Radley's going to work his way to try to take the 6 o'clock base. That's definitely something that Radley needs to do. Only 1 sunk in here for now. Baku's going to be forced to pull off. And this is such a nice, fresh base for Radley to take. He needs, if he can get this secured for himself. Meanwhile, Baku has quite a bit of Hydras here, just sitting here. It's not really a good way for Radley to reinforce. Yes, he has like all these 6 vessels here and a bunch of tanks and Goliaths, but he can't really reinforce this because of this army here. That could definitely cut off the reinforcements. He does have a couple tanks here as well, so Radley could actually just take this base. But look at this though, Baku's going to go for the counterattack. He's going to take away the 3 o'clock base. That's almost mined out, so it's not really that much of a loss here for Radley. But still, nevertheless, quite annoying. There was still 500 minerals left on these patches here. 480. So nicely done by Baku, but it doesn't really matter at this point whether or not Radley lost that base. Radley needs minerals more than anything. He doesn't have any. Baku's just gonna back away from that 3 o'clock base. And let's see if he wants to go for something else. Maybe attack this natural. Not many tanks here. 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks at most. Maybe attack the 6 o'clock base that Radley just established for himself. That is also the possibility. But Baku, he is in complete control of this game. In complete control. Not incomplete, but like he's like controlling the flow here. He's gonna charge himself into the 3 o'clock base. Maybe get those last 4 SCVs out trying to secretly mine some minerals. Whatever works for him, but you know, I would really love it if Baku just like used all this stuff he had and like make guardians or something. Let's try to just try to end the game, you know? You're so far ahead right now. You know your opponent has no economy. Just end the game. Just end the game. Looks like this is what Baku's gonna try to do. He's gonna try to see if he can attack the 6 o'clock. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Radek does have quite a sizable army here, though, outside his natural, and he does have 6 vessels, so Bakuryu's still going to have to be pretty careful with dealing with this. But at the same time, Radek has no economy. He's only working off of this one single mining base here at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, Queens are trying to do what they can to snipe the tanks. Every tank loss is a huge loss for Radek. Radek needs every single tank he can. Look at this though, way more Queens in the action right now. Just trying to get their energy up. Look at this though, Ryan Goliath does move out and discover that yes, there's still Queens lurking about. Here comes Queen number 1 by Bakuryu. Gonna get 1 tank. Yes, it does. Nicely done. Even better, it's gonna be the. And here come 2 more Queens coming in right now. More bruising action. And look at this, all these bruising coming down onto the tank. Nicely done there by Bakuryu. Radek can't really resupply. But look at this though, here comes the big army push from Radek into the middle of the map. How is Radek still in this game? That's quite of a surprise here. He's going to finally be able to take his main base. Maybe, maybe not. But look at this though, Queens are starting to march their way in. Here comes the Hydras. But the Hydras are coming in from a very enclosed position. These tank fire is going to do a lot of damage to this Goliath support. And looks like Bakuryu will actually lose this middle base. I can't believe it. Bakuryu will finally lose his middle base, but I think that base has served its purpose. You can see here, he has 5k minerals, 10k minerals, 5k gas. I think we're starting to approach a record here. I'm not sure what the record is for the longest TLS game, but we're well on our way to get that record. 46 minutes into the game right now. No clear winner yet. Radek is playing from behind economically, but he has quite a standing army right now. Even though that army could fall apart at any moment. Look at this though, here comes another skirmish in the middle of the map here. Radek is actually unseated. It's a huge problem for the. Oh, nice plague on top of the Goliath and the tanks. Woo! Nice second plague as well. You know, Bakuryu's going to continue charging in, knowing that Radek did not have those tanks sieged up. But man, they finally will have the opportunity to siege up, and Bakuryu knows that it's time for himself to back away. And of course, you guys should watch Legends of Galactic Heroes. Thank you for bringing that up, Pyro Gambit. But alas, it looks like we're going to have this game drag on a little bit longer. Bakuryu's going to have to reposition himself.